create some torque. That thing got out quick.
Carson Kelly's had himself quite a night.
Walk, homer, 2 RBI single, and now this 2-base hit.
Carson Kelly, this is his last chance, you would think, at getting a cycle.
Center field, going back, Bleday. It's off the wall. Racing towards second. Go! Here we go! And he's in! Oh, my! We got a cycle!
First cycle since Mark Grace.
Good their pitching has been, that the Mets are 8-3 despite the fact they really haven't hit a lick. 2-1 on the way. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 2 call. Now, they did have 10 runs on 13 hits yesterday, and they were dead last in the National League in hitting up until a couple of days ago. Their season's average to this point at 221 coming in, but they've got the Major League's best earned run average by quite a bit at 2.02. That's the staff ERA. The bullpen even better than that. 2-2 pitch ripped in the air to left center field, fairly deep but playable in the gap for Taylor, and he makes the one-hand catch for the first out. So with one away, Xavier Edwards will be next. That's bullpen has pitched to a 1.27 earned run average. That's the best bullpen ERA in baseball. And Kranick, who's out there now, has been a big part of it. So now Edwards, who's walked, singled, and lined to third. He's a speedster, switch hitter batting left. Vientos shortens up a bit at third. And the first pitch taken outside for a ball as Edwards showed bunt at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Sponsored by Spectrum, fast and reliable connection, making more things possible. Spectrum. 1-0 to Edwards. The pitch by Kranick is swung on and fouled straight down at home plate. And the count 1-1. The final line is about to say on McGill. With those 2 unearned runs, he goes 4+, allows 6 hits and the 2 runs. But again, neither were earned. 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. Pitching line on Tyler McGill. 1-1 to Edwards. Bunted towards third, in to get it. Vientos picks it up, fires close. Out is the call at first as Edwards does a belly flop across the first base bag. And I don't know if they're going to want to challenge this or not. A very close play at first. A very fast man in Edwards, but as they will tell you, they meaning baseball people, you're not speeding anything up. He didn't slide head first into first base. He basically tripped over the first base bag. Getting a look at the replay now. He knows better than to try to slide head first to beat a throw, because it's pretty well been proven that sliding into first base slows you down.
Yeah, Mark Vientos does get him here. Again, those two guys grew up together, so Vientos, he'll let him know. I'm sure he'll text him after the game, say, I got you.
Kyle Stowers grounds one behind the bag at first. Alonso up with it, throws high to Kranick, but he hauls it down, and that retires the side. So nothing across. The good work of Kranick continues. Middle of the 6th.
You're starting the season in high spirits, Sagittarius, and this extra boost of energy will help you round the bases and hit home runs. You're ready to take on any opponent that comes your way with a smile on your face. Revel in this exciting time when strikeouts are few and far between.
Two-away, Matt Shaw. Shaw looking for that first big league hit. 0 for 6, 3 Ks so far.
Hits off the glove of Dreyer, and Matt Shaw, that's his first big league hit, saved that baseball. You don't think so?
I don't know. That might be an E1.
Looking up on the scoreboard, there are no errors listed. There it is.
Congratulations on your first big league knock, Matt.
Save that ball for Matt Shaw.
He's left-handed, and he hits this one with authority. That one is out of here. Juan York meant a laser, and so many more to come in the next 15 years. Usually doesn't take long for Soto to hit his first home run with a new team. With the Yankees, it was his third game. With the Mets, his second.
Sometimes you gotta let people know what neighborhood you're from. That ball is squared up. Goldschmidt swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left center field and deep. Track, wall, see ya! There's a leadoff hitter, 1-0 Yanks. Bellinger lofts one deep to right center. There it goes, into the bleachers, see ya!
And feel right at home. I've seen firsthand what makes life at River Spring Living so special. Visit riverspringliving.org today.
City Field's food concessions here have been rated the best in all of baseball, best stadium food. And if you're into sushi, I'll tell you something, we were just basically provided a variety from our friends Grand Slammin' Sushi here at City Field. They're located in the Clover Home Plate Club. Here's Francisco Lindor, and that's taken for a called strike. A sweeper, 0-1. I mean, they've got hand rolls, scallop rolls, spicy tuna, salmon avocado. The 0-1 on the way, taken low, 1-1. Hamachi crudo.
That was really good.
Which was, and it's kind of like, I mean, I guess you'd call it sashimi. A little piece of jalapeno on top, which you can enjoy or discard depending on your boiler.
I was taking the jalapeno slices that you didn't want and putting it on my hamachi.
Well, the scallop roll especially, that was my favorite. You know, little scallops, they call them bay scallops, shredded coney, crab meat, cucumber, and I'll mess this up.
Well, you know it.
The door just fell a slider down.
Sriracha aioli.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
God bless you.
Thank you. Well, anyway, thank you to our great pals here, Tara Napoli and Lauren O'Keefe, who run the food venue services here. And they like us to sample it so we can tell you how good it is, and it is. 2-1 to Lindor is low, ball 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the scallops in a sushi roll I never really had before, but it was kind of a lump sriracha aioli crab meat topping, which was the bee's knees. Truly.
Didn't realize I was eating knees. The 3-1 to Lindor, ripped into center field, a base hit. And the Mets have their first hit of the game as Lindor shoots a fastball into center. Francisco's now hit in 8 straight games, and the Mets will bring the tying man to the plate in Juan Soto.
You could tell Lindor, as soon as he got to first base, he rolled those hands over, did that new 2025 base hit celebration, and looked into the dugout and said, okay, here we go, because this Mets team, the resilience of last year that was so integral, is certainly back this year with his club.
So here's Soto, 0 for 2. First hit for the Mets. That gets the crowd going. Myers' first pitch outside, ball 1. So again, Grand Slammin' Sushi is available at Clover Home Plate Club here, and that would be a worthy option for your dining pleasure when you're at the ballpark. 1-0 to Soto. Meyer deals, swinging a high pop foul, third base side. That'll reach the seats behind the dugout. And the count, a ball and a strike on 1. Pete Alonso waiting on deck. A lot of raised eyebrows yesterday when Soto was walked to push another man into scoring position. Load the bases for Alonso, and Pete delivered. 3-run double. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. The only thing I thought of at the time that to me made any sense was that in a 1-run game, even though it was, the 6th inning, I guess they were just so intent on cutting off that run at the plate, the lead man, the guy at third, because they played the infield in, they wanted that force at the plate. Throw to first, diving back in is Lindor. And then if, say it's a hard ground ball to third, the third baseman comes home, then maybe you get a chance at, say, a 5-2-3 double play. But I think all they wanted to do was create that force to maximize their chances of nailing that runner at the plate. The lead runner 2-1 to Soto. At the knees, a called strike, a slider. It's 2-2.
Hey, you saw Lindor bouncing big time at first base, leaning a lot, almost like he wanted to go. He was trying to time Meyer, but he didn't have the right timing. The pitcher changing up his cadence right now, keeping Lindor close.
2-2. Now the pitch. Soto rolls it to the left side. Paulie up with it. Shovels to second one. Edwards to first. Double play. 5-6-3. I believe that's the second 5-6-3 double play that we have seen in this series.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something. These people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
We go to the seventh inning at Citi Field. Marlins 2, Mets nothing. Another solid relief job by Max Kranick as he leaves after 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And now Ryan Stanek from Kansas. I was talking to him briefly before the game. He doesn't really mind this weather much. He's from Kansas, and he's going to face Jonah Bride to start the 7th, Keith.
Big right-hander's first pitch is right down the middle of slider strike to get his afternoon started. So Ryan Stanek ahead 0-1 on Jonah Bride. It'll be Bride, Mervis the lefty, and Myers another righty. 0-1. Strike outside corner, a slider, and it's 0-2. Now, as Stanek is out there now for the 7th, of course you'd love to get Diaz eventually into this game for maybe the 9th if Mets can take the lead, but A.J. Minter should be available. The lefty did pitch 2/3 of an inning yesterday. Danny Young probably unavailable. And there's a lot of lefties in this lineup. 0-2. Fouled back behind home plate, and it stays 0-2 on Bride. And that's just simply playing manager up here as we see how the Mets formulate their bullpen plan to keep this thing 2-0. But really, whoever they're calling out there, whoever they're bringing in right now is pitching well. Kranick no exception. 0-2 is just outside with a fastball. Ball and 2 strikes. Kranick officially turns in 2 scoreless innings. 2 strikeouts, just 1 hit. 1-2. Down and away, a slider missed, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the Marlins, 2 runs, 7 hits. Mets finally got their first hit there in the bottom of the 6th, and then Soto hit into an inning-ending double play. 2-2. Low with a fastball. Stanek turned the dial up to 97. And the count 3-2. Stanek 3 scoreless appearances so far. Picked up his first Mets save in the opener of this series on Monday. Payoff pitch. Got him looking. Pain in the knees on the outside corner. 97 miles an hour to sit Jonah Bride down. And there's 1 away. Scoreboard update brought to you by Food Bazaar Supermarket. Shop locally, global. Now here it is 2-0 Miami, but in Detroit, Yankees have jumped out to a late 2-0 lead. Again, that's the game that features old high school buddies Max Fried and Jack Flaherty. First one to lefty Mervis. Missed low with 98 for ball one. Fried, 6 innings of scoreless ball, 9 strikeouts. Flaherty has given up a couple runs, 9 strikeouts on his side. Ben Rice has hit a 2-run homer. The 1-0, swing and a miss at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. St. Louis and Pittsburgh still scoreless. Told you about St. Louis working on a no-hit bid. Well, it's still a no-run bid. They're in the top of the 10th. 1-1, swing and a miss, just overpowering right now. Ryan Stanek with that fastball against Mervis. And Corey Seager has hit an early home run for the Rangers, who have a 1-0 lead over the Cubs at Wrigley in the top of the third. Full slate of games today on this Wednesday. Mets will be off tomorrow. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Guess what? The heater. 4 fastballs to strike out Matt Mervis. That reminds me of Dennis Quaid and the rookie. Well, what'd you throw him? Well, fastball, and fastball. Well, that's what Stanek used to put away Mervis. 2 down now for Dane Myers in this 2-0 Miami lead. Sunny day at Citi Field. 47 degrees now. It's getting warmer. Pitch. Myers pops it up foul behind home plate. Sanger turns to give it a look, but it's in the seats. No balls and a strike. Speaking of in the seats here today, the St. John's men's basketball team and their head coach, Rick Pitino, were here today. Throw out the first pitch, do a little press conference. Rick talked to Pat McCarthy on the pregame show. It was cool to see those guys who had a great run this year. 0-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And it's 0-2. And I think if we learned anything, but if the St. John's men's basketball team learned anything today being out on that field is thank goodness they play indoors. Stanek's 0-2. Line to right center field. Taylor sprinting in. Makes the running catch to retire the side. So power pitching from Ryan Stanek. And a great grab.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
On this cold day in Flushing, the Polar Bear steps to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Mets, who trail Max Meyer and the Miami Marlins 2-0.
1 hit for the Mets. That's it. Here's Pete. The first pitch taken on the outside corner, a sweeper for strike 1. Oh, it's the bottom of the 7th, right?
Yes.
I just thought I'd help you out.
Thank you so much. That was terrific. Here's the 0-1. Alonso rips it fair down the third base line. It kicks off the tarp and rolls into left. Conine fields and fires in for a base hit. I tell you, that was really, really close. But Brian Walsh called it a fair ball down that line. And Alonso is on at first base. So just fair. Inside the chalk, of the Mets finally have something brewing. Hit number 2. And Brandon Nimmo's coming up. This is the meat of the order presented by the Chef IQ Sense, a cooking thermometer that pairs with your phone and ensures you never overcook or undercook your chicken, fish, or meat again. ChefIQ.com. Pitch to Nimmo. Outside and low, a sweeper for ball 1. 2-0 Marlins. 2 runs there in the top of the 5th. Outside of that, not much going on here, but the Mets just simply biding their time for a little late rally. The 1-0. Chop foul at the first base line. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Nimmo today 0 for 2. He's just 9 for 44 to start 2025. That's a batting average of .205. The on base is at .250. Again, it's all so early, but a little bit of a slow start for Nimmo. Myers 1-1. High and away. Fastball. 2 balls and a strike. And you remember there too, as the Mets were in Miami, Brandon Nimmo had that little stretch where he had hit home runs in back-to-back games against the Marlins, showing off a little power and pop there, but that was kind of it. 2-1. High fly ball left field. Conine going back, slowing down in front of the track, makes the catch for the first out. That ball was hit hard, high and the other way, but in this cold weather, not going anywhere. And there's 1 down. We'll pause 10 seconds. Station ID.
This is Odyssey Mets Radio on WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Alongside Howie Rose, my name is Keith Redd. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1-on-1 out, and that is it for Max Meyer. So the Marlins going to go to their bullpen. Their starter, Max Meyer, was terrific, but I guess it's time. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play the newest scratch-off games for a chance to win.
Rothenberg Law Firm steps up to the...
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free. Strikes him out. No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Miami Marlins, and he is inserted by Clayton McCullough, their manager, into this spot. It is 2-0 Marlins in the bottom of the 7th with Alonso at first and 1 out. The batter, Starling Marte.
Guess the script called for 80-85 pitches. He threw 82.
That's the script. That's what it seemed like. Pitch. Marte takes a bender on the outside corner for strike 1. Well, the way the Marlins are running things this year, they have Peter Bendix getting a full year to establish things from a president of baseball ops standpoint. They have a new manager in. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and away, and it is 0-2. And we can tell they've made a lot of changes in just their philosophy. They rarely have had their pitchers face a lineup third time through. They did extend Meyer into the 6th inning, which was the 3rd time through against Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. But he's pitching great, and your eyes and your heart would tell you, keep him in. But that's not what they did here. 0-2 to Marte. Bender sets. His pitch. Way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And even when the Mets faced Sandy Alcantara, who did not pitch in this series because he's a new dad, that they are having him throw fewer and fewer fastballs, a lot more breaking balls. They're just changing some things in Miami. 1-2. Chopper hit weakly right side. Bride off first, fields and flips to the pitcher covering. Nice play as Bender gets over there for the 2nd out. Alonso gets to second base. That's kind of a tough play. You know those perfect push bunts in that Bermuda Triangle between first base, second base, and the pitcher? That's kind of the area where Marte put that ground ball. But Bride was able to get in there and start the play.
That's a great play by Bender because he got off that mound instantly. He falls off in that direction and just kept moving all the way to first base. That's how a pitcher does it.
So Mets with a runner in scoring position. Here's Vientos. First pitch. Bender misses low with a sweeper for ball 1.
It can drive you nuts when a pitcher doesn't cover first base either at all or quickly enough on a play like that, but Bender did it as well as it can be done.
Alonso off second. Bender, a deep breath, and the 1-0. Strike Pearson the inside corner, 1-1. And would you believe, with the day the Mets had yesterday, 10 runs on 13 hits, this is the first time today they've had a man in scoring position. 2-0 Marlins, last of the 7th. Vientos calls for his time ahead of the 1-1 pitch. And we're coming to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth, proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Grab a mug and tea proudly. Vientos feels a little due. That's what he felt yesterday when he had a single against these Marlins late. Here's the 1-1. Right down the middle with a sinker at 96. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yesterday, Vientos hit that late single in the 8th and got to first and put both hands up to the sky. A monkey off of his back. Runner at second, 2 outs, 2-strike pitch. Off the plate with a sweeper, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Max Meyer, who really was terrific and was throwing some no-hit innings there until the Mets got a runner on in the 6th. His line's still open. Alonso at second, the 2-2. Vientos reaches for it and pops it up shallow left center field. Who's going to catch it? Myers comes in from center to pick it out of the sky and end the inning. So Alonso got on again, but the Mets can't move him any further than second.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco. a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an
of Odyssey Mets Radio.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the New York Mets and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Mets. 8th inning at Citi Field, last game of the homestand. Mets are 5-0 in this homestand, but they trail the Miami Marlins 2-0. Griffin Conine set to hit, and the Mets will pull out Huáscar Brazoban from the bullpen, Howie.
Brazoban, as we mentioned, pitched yesterday, allowed a homer to Derek Hill. Here, his first pitch to Conine is a changeup that's in for a call, strike one. Conine, Fortes, and Paulie due up for the Marlins here in the 8th inning. Brazoban delivers, and that's in for a call, strike. Now the changeup, it's 0-2. 6th appearance for Brazoban. Home run yesterday, the only run he's allowed over 8 and a third innings. And the 0-2 coming. In the dirt, change up again, 1-2s, and he's thrown 3 straight change-ups here to the left-hand hitting Griffin Conine. Vientos, long way off the line at third. The outfield, though, straight away against the left-hand batter. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So, 3 straight changeups. Then he climbs the ladder and blows a fastball by Conine, who has punched out for the 3rd time today. So, 1 up, 1 down. Nick Fortes will be the hitter. Fortes had an RBI single in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3. Marlins with 7 hits, the Mets 2, but it's 2-0 Miami. First pitch to Fortes, sinker in for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Fortes doing most of the catching for the Marlins. Liam Hicks, a left-hand hitter, their other catcher. The 0-1 is taken outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Graham Paulie is waiting on deck. You know, you look at this Marlins lineup, and we've talked about how it's been patched together with a lot of journeymen. The 1-1 line toward short over the glove of a leaping Lindor and into left field for a base hit. So Fortes hits it sharply, holds it first with his 2nd hit of the game, and that'll bring up Graham Paulie. You know, the Mets are going to not or will not see the Marlins again until late August. Marlins will be here for a 4-game series at the end of that month, and then the Mets will play the final 3 games of the regular season in Miami. And very often you look at a team like the Marlins and you say, well, they'll probably be a little bit different by the time the Mets see them in August. Here's Paulie, lifts one in the air to left field. Right at Brandon Nimmo. Stutter steps to his right a bit, makes the catch for the 2nd out. Fires into 2nd, and Fortes holds it first. So 2 away, and Javier Sanoa coming up. But when you look at this Marlins lineup, certainly from a position player standpoint, there's, you know, who are the veterans some contending team is going to want to look to deal for from Miami? That player really doesn't exist. Now, Sandy Alcantara will be the focal point of Marlins trade rumors in all probability. Other than that, not a whole lot. First pitch to Sanoa is a breaking ball on the outside corner, a called strike. 0-1.
I know Miami is rebuilding here, but as we see with rebuilding teams, they'll go out and grab a veteran on a 1-year contract, knowing full well they can move him at the deadline and grab more future pieces.
0-1 pitch. That misses low and away, 1-1. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good way to kind of build from the ground up if you have a minimum of pieces that you might be able to convert into something useful. 1-1 to Sanoa. Pitch on the outside corner with that cutter, 1-2. You know, in fairness, Bender might get some attention. You can see a contending team picking up a guy like Bender. But even the rest of their bullpen are largely unknowns, waiver pickups, minor league free agents. Going to be a long haul building that team into contention. 1-2 to Sanoa. Brazoban, the former Marlin, deals. Swing and a little chopper up the first base line. Fair ball along the chalk, and Singer tags Sanoa, who did not leave the batter's box, and that retires the side. Ball had a lot of backspin on it and came back to where Singer alertly was able to pick it up and get the out, and that retires the Marlins in the 8th. No runs, a hit, 1.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to say hello, baseball, as spring training continues on MLB Network. Get an in-depth look at every club with daily coverage all the way to opening day. Check in with the players, check out the new rosters, plus the most live spring training games anywhere. Smile, it's already spring on MLB Network. Live games continue, presented by Best Western. Go to MLBNetwork.com for schedule and channel number.
Pinch hitter in the first pitch is way outside from Anthony Bender for ball one. Let's have the bottom third of their order now. Beatty, Taylor, and Singer due up against the right-hander, Anthony Bender, with a lefty throwing in their bullpen. The 1-0 swung on and missed a fastball, 1-1 to Beatty. Left-hander Anthony Veneziano is the only left-hander that the Marlins have in their bullpen. The Mets are getting Edwin Diaz ready to pitch the ninth. 1-1 pitch. Beatty takes outside. Ball two. Beatty is pressing at the plate. Probably is exacerbating that at least a little bit after his error led to 2 unearned runs in the 5th inning, the only runs of the game. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. Back into the second deck behind third. And it's 2-2 to Beatty, who is 3 for 26. To start the season after that terrific spring.
Well, that last pitch, 96 right down the middle, and he was late on it. That's been the issue for him with the Mets, is just be on time to hit the fastball. He's not been able to do that.
2-2. Bender sets now the pitch. Breaking ball rolled towards third to his right. Paulie, who'd been off the line, has it and fires to first in time, 1 away. And Beatty beginning to hear it from the crowd somewhat regularly now, as the frustrations continue on both ends. With 1 out, nobody on, Tyrone Taylor, who's 4 for 25 to start the year, will be next. Taylor flied to right, grounded to short. Hayden Singer in the on-deck circle for now. First pitch, taken for a called strike, 0-1. Injury update brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. If you're injured in an accident, the game plan is simple. Just go to injurylawyer.com. That relates to the Mets catching, not so much to Renz. The 0-1 to Taylor inside, a sinker, a ball, and a strike. Francisco Alvarez now up to playing for about 5 innings or so behind the plate, getting 3 or 4 at-bats, going to Port St. Lucie to do that in the warmth. The 1-1 reached for and popped up behind shortstop. Back onto the outfield grass. Edwards called off by Sanoa, the second baseman, and it's Sanoa who makes the catch for the second out. So 2 out, nobody on, and Hayden Singer will be next. Singer has struck out and grounded to short. 2-0 Marlins, as they play with 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch to Singer is on the inside corner, a sweeper, and it's 0-1 to the 28-year-old. Here's the 0-1 from Bender. Breaking ball popped up shallow right. Stowers coming in. He's under it. Makes the one-hand catch. Side retired. 7 Mets in a row now have been set down by Marlins pitching. And in the
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to say,
And a vacation voucher.
it's time to say, hello baseball as spring training continues on MLB Network. Get an in-depth look at every club with daily coverage all the way to opening day. Check in with the players, check out the new rosters, plus the most live spring training games anywhere. Smile, it's already spring on MLB Network. Live games continue, presented by Best Western. Go.
Well, we go to the 9th inning at Citi Field with the Marlins leading the Mets 2-0. The trumpets have sounded as Edwin Diaz comes into the game. Wants to get a little work as anything. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Verizon Mets postgame show for the latest deals. Drop into your local Verizon store. So for Diaz, his first appearance in this series, he did pitch on Sunday and pick up his second save of the year. And the Mets 2-1 win over the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Diaz hit 2 batters in that 9th inning against Toronto. And here he'll face the top of the Miami batting order, starting with Xavier Edwards. So the first pitch to the switch hitter batting left is a fastball high for ball 1. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Verizon Mets postgame show for the latest deals. Drop into your local Verizon store. 1-0 to Edwards. Diaz delivers. Missed outside with a fastball at 95, 2-0. 5th appearance for Diaz, 2 saves. Not giving up a run in 4 innings, allowing 3 hits. The 2-0 right down the middle, the fastball at 94, and it's 2-1. So on this cold day, just as we saw from Tyler McGill early, takes a while to really get loose enough to where the velocity's where you want it. 2-1 slider is down and in, ball 3. Diaz has been 97, raising 98 over the early part of this season. But just 93, 94 so far here in this 9th inning. 3-1 pitch. Slider in for a called strike, full count. Just as the Marlins have the top of their order here, the Mets will have the top of theirs when we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Lindor, Soto, and Alonso, just the way you want to start. Payoff pitch, foul back to the screen by Edwards. Edwards actually was born here in New York, right nearby, really, at Mineola, but grew up in Coconut Creek, Florida. Not too far from the Miami ballpark. 3-2 pitch is a fastball, high, ball 4, and the damage could be way more than 1 base here because Edwards is a base stealer. Diaz does not hold runners on well. Marlins have a 2-0 lead, looking for a little more breathing room, so I think it would be surprising if Edwards did not look to run at some point here, and we'll see perhaps how quickly Diaz spends his 2 disengagements.
Yeah, just a bad time for a walk against the wrong guy.
Kyle Stowers, the batter. First pitch goes to the backstop. And that gets Edwards down to second. A fastball. They put that fastball up at 92 miles an hour. As much as anything, it looked like it almost slipped out of Diaz's hand. You know, he's blowing on his hand right now. It's not easy to find the grip on such a cold, uncomfortable day. But, boy, that was about as wild a pitch as you'll see. 1-0. Fastball for a called strike. That one at 94, and it's 1-1. So he's been between 92 and 94 with his fastball here in this 9th inning. And with the Mets trailing 2-0. Runner at second base, and a fast one in Edwards with nobody out here in this top of the 9th. Stowers 1 for 3 with a walk. Bride behind him, and then Mervis.
Can't be comfortable if you're the hitter up there and you just see Edwin Diaz throw one to the backstop. And then the next one down the middle of the plate.
The 1-1 swung on, hit high in the air to left field, pretty deep. Back goes Nimmo with a play onto the track, makes the catch. Edwards tags on his way to third. Nimmo's throw not nearly in time as it's cut off by Lindor, and so Edwards goes to third on a long fly ball out by Stowers, who does his job at the bare minimum to advance the runner there. That'll bring up Jonah Bride, and undoubtedly the Mets will move their infield up.
And Bride has been scuffling into this at bat, 2 for 32 this year, and so a guy that the Mets are hoping that can hit a little chopper and look the runner back at least, or have a play at the plate to keep this thing 2-0.
And with Diaz, the punch out is what you look for too. First pitch slider swung on and missed, 0-1. Bride 3 strikeouts in this game, plus hit into a fielder's choice that should have provided an out, but Beatty made a poor throw. The 0-1 slider in the dirt, nice block by Singer, and it's 1-1. And really, that was the pivotal play in the game to this point. No out. Stowers at first in the 5th inning. Had a ground ball wide of second. Beatty moved to his left, spun, but threw wildly to second. The 1-1 slider outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The announced paid crowd today, 29,232. Fewer than that in the ballpark by a wide margin, of course. Infield in, 2-1 to Bride. Swinging a foul straight down at home plate. It's 2-2. And Francisco Lindor, particularly, as they set up in about as tight as you'll see an infielder with that infield up. Both feet on the grass. Beatty, the second baseman, right at the edge of the grass. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a liner the other way, a base hit going into right field, and in to score is Edwards. Played in by Soto, and on at first with an RBI single is Jonah Bride, and the Marlins have a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's just a leadoff walk asking for trouble. Put on the speediest guy. He moves over on a wild pitch with nobody out. Really, really hard to get out of an inning without giving up a run, even if Diaz, who throws a fastball right down the middle here, wanted to blow it by Bride. Bride just thinking, just put the bat on the ball, draw an infield, and hope that the heat of the fastball coming in, just make contact, you'll get it through easily.
Not enough heat anywhere today as Matt Mervis takes inside and low for ball 1, a slider. So 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Miami. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Mets. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball down and in, 2-0. Well, again, the slider missing. Meanwhile, the Marlins have Calvin Fauché throwing in their bullpen, getting ready for the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th. They'll have at least a 3-0 lead. 2-0 to Mervis. Tries to hold a swing at a pitch that was upstairs, and he did hold back. And so it is 3 balls and nothing on Mervis. This is a guy you could see getting a green light here. Diaz tries to just throw a fastball down the middle. Mervis has some power. They're up by 3. The pitch, he takes it, and it's just on the inside corner for a called strike 1. That ball barely caught the edge. Right at the knees. So 3-1 to Mervis. Infield around towards right. So is the outfield. Diaz sets now the pitch. Swing and a miss of the slider. Full count. Now you doubt Bride will be going anywhere from first. It is Diaz. And may factor into it, although Mervis, a strikeout candidate to be sure, having punched out 3 times already today. So let's see. He is running. The payoff pitch swung on it high in the air to right field and deep. Back goes Soto onto the track in front of the fence. He jumps, but it's gone on top of the Payson Cadillac Club for a 2-run homer for Matt Mervis. His 3rd home run of the year, and the Marlins have scored 3 times against Edwin Diaz here in the 9th inning. It is 5-0 Miami.
The control, the command, the spin on the slider, just not Edwin Diaz's inning. And the cold weather, is you could definitely tell, has gotten to him. He just, from the jump, did not have his best stuff, and the Marlins have jumped him here for 3. This is a slider down and into a lefty. That is a perfect place.
Here's Dane Myers, takes on the outside corner a fastball, and it's 0-1. And you can see a lot of this crowd who have hung in through very, very cold temperatures, heading for the exits now. The 0-1, a roller to short. Lindor is up with it. Overhands to first in time. 2 men away. So Matt Mervis with his 3rd home run. He's driven in 3 of the runs. 2 out, nobody on now for Griffin Conine. Conine, the left fielder, has also struck out 3 times. He's also flied to left. So again, the Mets will have the top of their order due up in the bottom of the 9th inning, but the idea was for Diaz to get him back in the dugout down 2 and give the big boys a chance. Now everybody's going to have to get into the act if the Mets are going to come back. First pitch taken high, ball 1. Marlins have also now asked Lake Bowker to get up in the bullpen to join Fauché. The 1-0, swing and a miss at a fastball. 1-1, and again, that's just a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So the velocity has been a few ticks down here in this inning for Diaz, owing probably to the cold. The 1-1 swung on and missed, fastball at 94, and it's 1-2. Marlins now with 10 hits, the Mets 2. It's 5-0 Miami. 1-2 pitch, swing on a foul, back to the screen. Remember, the Mets had won the first 5 games of this homestand and their home schedule this year, the 5th time in franchise history that they went 5-0 at home to start the season. 1-2 pitch, slider down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Conine.
Well, this would have been the perfect spot. You have a 2-0 deficit, try to keep it close. Diaz out there, because bottom of the inning of Lindor, Soto, and Alonso just simply has not happened here in this inning for Edwin.
2-2 to Conine. The pitch, slider in the dirt, ball 3. Mets have got Danny Young up in the bullpen now. Young pitched an inning yesterday, also pitched an inning on Monday. So 3-2. Here's payoff pitch. Conine takes low, ball 4. He missed with a slider. Let's see if that's it. Yep, here comes Carlos Mendoza. He's going to go to Danny Young as Diaz is done for the afternoon. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play the newest scratch-off games for a chance to win.
Batter up, spring is here. And Westbury Toyota is swinging.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive.
A showstopper!
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Clean up on the plane. Better call your Roto-Rooter man. Roto-Rooter, we put water where it should be.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Now Danny Young is going to come out of the bullpen for the Mets. He's trying to get the last out here in the top of the ninth inning, with the Marlins having opened their lead to 5-0 as they scored 3 times against Edwin Diaz, who is still responsible for Griffin Conine at first. Nick Fortes 2 for 4, first batter to face the lefty Young. And the first pitch to him is taken downstairs, ball 1. Scoreless inning for Young in yesterday's game as well as Monday night's game. 1-0. Now the pitch. That hits the outside corner, the Young sweeper. And it's 1-1.
I think 52 pitches across those 2 outings. So I know Carlos Mendoza didn't want to have to use Young on a 3rd straight day, but it's probably the last available guy out of the bullpen behind Diaz.
Here's the 1-1. That's in for a called strike, a sinker. And so a ball and 2 strikes on Nick Fortes. A lot of the crowd is thinned out now after the Marlins opened up the 5-0 lead here in the 9th inning.
Probably hitting that remote start in the parking lot as they go down the ramp.
Get that car warm. 1-2 the count. Young deals. Swinging a high fly ball to straightaway center. Taylor back a couple of steps waiting. Makes the one-hand catch. And that retires the side, but the Marlins score 3 runs on 2 hits. No error.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Take a hack at guessing.
Pop oven or grill. It is built to withstand extreme heat. The probe is inserted into your food and connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app will alert you when to take the steaks off the grill, and it even alerts you when to flip them. Order the newly released 3rd generation Chef IQ Sense right now with so many upgrades at chefiq.com. chefiq.com to get yours today.
Now we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Marlins now have opened up a 5-0 lead. So they will go back to their bullpen for Lake Bowker, who will take over for Anthony Bender, who is perfect over an inning and 2/3. And Max Meyer, the Marlins starter, who stands to win as the thriving player of the game. ThriveWell Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center. Schedule your appointment at thrivewellinfusion.com. Meyer looking for his first win of the year and his 4th over his big league career. No save situation now for Valker, as he faces the top of the Mets order, Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, and Pete Alonso here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Valker, a right-hander, Lindor bats left in the first pitch. Taken down the middle for a called strike. It's 0-1. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Verizon Mets postgame show. For the latest deals, drop into your local Verizon store. The 0-1. Change up outside, 1-1. The split change from Valker. Lindor with a hit in 3 trips today. Now has an 8-game hitting streak. He's got his average up to 250. 1-1 on the way. Fouled off to the left. And into the back of the field level seats behind third. And it's 1-2. As many fans as possible tried to follow the sun this afternoon based on where their seats were here, trying to move to where the sun is. It's on the first base side now. 1-2 to Lindor, taken outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And hopefully when the Mets get back home next week, weather will be a little more favorable for baseball than it's been certainly since Friday's opener. 2-2 to Lindor, taken high and away, ball 3. Opening day was fabulous. One of the great opening days in franchise history, really.
It's like a beach day.
Yeah. And, well, not since then. Payoff pitch. Lindor lines one towards the gap in right center. Hustling over Stowers. He slides and he makes the catch. Kyle Stowers, the right fielder, got a good jump. Lindor hit it sharply, and Stowers puts it away for the first out here in the ninth inning.
It wasn't quite Derek Hill falling through the sky yesterday on the warning track in left center, but Stowers, who's known more for his bat than his glove, came over from the Orioles in a trade last year for Trevor Rogers. Pretty good looking play, sliding to his right.
So here's Soto, who is 0 for 3, putting a 6-game mini hitting streak on the line. First pitch fouled straight back out of play. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Verizon Mets postgame show. For the latest deals, drop into your local Verizon store. 0-1 to Soto with Alonso on deck. On the next homestand for the Mets, they will face the Cardinals and the Phillies. The 0-1, swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-2 to Soto. Phillies have won 7 of their first 10. Cardinals hovering around 500 and a game under. Tied with the Pirates today, 1-1.
That's the top of the 13th inning.
Don't see a whole lot of those anymore. 0-2 to Soto. Check swing, but he went around, strike 3. Not hold off at the sweeper. And so Bowker's got his first strikeout. 2 men away. The Mets down to their last out. And Pete Alonso will be the batter.
Well, Soto had been on in the first 11 games for the Mets. 0 for 4 today. Didn't get on base for the first time in the blue and orange. But I guess he is human.
So here's Alonso. Pete's 1 for 2. And the first pitch to him is in the dirt. A sweeper, 1-0. Alonso started play today, second in the National League in runs batted in with 15. The Mets have been held to just 2 hits in this game. 1 by Lindor, 1 by Alonso. Mets didn't get that first hit until 1 out in the 6th inning when Lindor came up with a single to center. 1-0 to Alonso, lifted in the air to straightaway center and deep. Myers back, still going, onto the track, reaches out, makes the catch, and crashes hard into that padded wall to the left of the 408 mark. He holds onto the ball. The game is over. The Marlins have won. Myers seated for a moment, now actually bends backwards for a second before he is helped up by Conine, the left fielder. A spectacular catch in center field by Dane Myers ends the ball game. And now some of the Marlins out towards him, although nobody's actually going all the way out there. He's going to walk off under his own power as he punctuates this Marlins victory with a spectacular catch. 2 terrific plays in the outfield by the Marlins in the 9th inning. For the Mets, nothing across. The final score this afternoon as the Mets' 6-game winning streak comes to a close. The Miami Marlins 5 and the New York Mets nothing. Back to talk about it in a moment on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Kicks.